Think you know Aldi? Think again. Because this store doesn't just break the grocery store rules, it rewrites the entire playbook. While you're busy comparing prices and checking sell-by dates, Aldi is quietly running circles around the competition. And, unless you've taken the time to dig into how they do it, chances are you've been shopping their way without even realizing it. But don't worry, we're pulling back the curtain. In this video, we're exposing how Aldi keeps prices low, shelves stocked, and your cart full, without you ever stopping to ask, wait, how are they doing this? Spoiler, it's not magic. It's cold, calculated efficiency, the kind your grandma would be proud of. If your grandma was a ruthless logistics mastermind who reused every piece of foil and had a spreadsheet for leftovers. Let's start with the obvious. Walk into any Aldi and you feel it instantly. It's quieter, smaller, simpler, no soft jazz, no bakery samples, just straight to the point. That's not a lack of effort, that's the effort. The average Aldi is about 12,000 square feet. That's less than 1/3 the size of a typical supermarket. And that's on purpose. Smaller footprint equals less rent, lower utilities, fewer employees. That's why you don't see 6 teenagers standing at the deli counter talking about who's closing tonight. Aldi doesn't have a deli counter. Or teenagers. Instead of 15 brands of ketchup, they offer one. Maybe two if you're lucky. Why? Because when you don't give people 27 versions of the same thing, you can buy the one that works. In bulk. And when you buy in bulk, you get better prices. Period. But it goes deeper. Aldi doesn't rely on big brand partnerships the way other stores do. They work directly with producers. No middlemen, no extra steps, no marketing fluff, just them, the product, and you. That's how they keep costs down and quality up. Their private label game? Ruthless. Almost everything in the store is Aldi's own brand. You won't see Frito-Lay or Kraft or Kellogg's. Instead, you'll see Clancy's, Friendly Farms, and Millville. Sound fake? That's because they are fake names made by real producers. A huge chunk of these private label products are manufactured in the exact same facilities as name brands. The difference? Aldi skips the branding, the TV commercials, and the big box deals, and passes the savings right to you. In fact, 90% of everything in the store is private label. And before anything hits shelves, Aldi's team runs blind taste tests. If it doesn't beat the national brand, it doesn't make the cut. Let that sink in. They literally test every product to make sure it's at least as good or better than the big guys. That bag of chips that looks like a knockoff could be better than Lay's. That cereal with a weird name might beat Kellogg's. And you'd never know unless you're tasting blind, which is exactly what Aldi counts on. The end result? Prices up to 50% lower than traditional grocery stores. No coupons, no sales flyers, just everyday prices that make you double-check the receipt. And speaking of sweet deals, let's talk about Aldi chocolate, because if you haven't tried it, you're missing out on one of Aldi's best-kept secrets. While other stores stock cheap, waxy chocolate that tastes like regret, Aldi offers premium European chocolate at snack bar prices. We're talking about brands like Moser Roth and Schoker, imported straight from Germany and Belgium, real cocoa butter, rich texture, flavors that feel like they belong in a fancy box with a bow, not sitting on a shelf next to canned beans. The kicker? These bars sell for under $3. Meanwhile, you walk into a Whole Foods and see the same cocoa percentage with a $9.99 price tag. That's not chocolate, that's robbery with a foil wrapper. But before you grab everything with a cocoa label, here's the warning. Not all Aldi chocolate is created equal. Stick to the premium bars, the ones up top, not those plastic-wrapped sugar bombs on the bottom shelf. Because those ultra-budget bars, yeah, they're cheap, but they taste like someone melted a candle and called it dessert. Same goes for seasonal chocolates. They look festive, but bite into one and you'll wonder if it was made during the last recession. Thin, gritty, overly sweet, and completely forgettable. Aldi shines when they're importing the good stuff, not churning out holiday novelties. So, when in doubt, go dark. Look for cocoa percentages, real butterfat, and words like Belgium or Germany. Now, if all that chocolate talk didn't convince you that Aldi plays a different game, let's step outside for a second and talk about something that confuses every first-time shopper: the quarter. Where are the carts? Why are they all chained together? And why do I suddenly feel like I'm paying a deposit for a grocery buggy? Because you are, and it's genius. At Aldi, you insert a quarter to unlock a cart. When you're done, you return the cart and get your quarter back. Simple, but here's the brilliance. That quarter, it saves Aldi hundreds of thousands of dollars per store. Seriously, traditional grocery stores spend up to $200,000 a year just on cart retrieval and replacement. Aldi said, what if we didn't? No cart wranglers, no carts flying through the parking lot in a windstorm, no employees wandering the lot in 90-degree heat. Just customers doing what they should have been doing all along, returning carts like responsible humans. And if you're wondering, what happens if someone leaves one behind? Don't worry, someone will grab it. For the quarter, it's the only store where 25 cents turns regular people into volunteer cart police. Efficient, genius, and very, very Aldi. Let's talk about what might be the most chaotic 2 minutes of your week: checking out at Aldi. If you've done it, you know. If you haven't, buckle up, because once you hit that conveyor belt, the vibe changes fast. You're not casually chatting with the cashier while your groceries gently glide into a neatly packed bag. No, you are now in a speed round of Grocery Olympics, and your opponent is the cashier who was trained by someone who probably used to time fighter jet pit crews. That's not an exaggeration. Aldi cashiers are built different. While the average cashier in a regular grocery store scans about 20 items per minute, Aldi employees regularly clock in at 40 plus. That's double the speed, and they're not even breaking a sweat. How? Barcode placement. Aldi products aren't just designed for you, they're designed for the scanner. Many packages have multiple barcodes, sometimes on every side of the item. That means no spinning the can to find the tiny code hidden behind a nutrition label. Just swipe, beep, done. Swipe, beep, done. And it's not just the products. The cash registers themselves are custom designed. Each one has a wide platform where scanned items are pushed fast, so the cashier doesn't waste time bagging. Because here's the deal: Aldi doesn't bag your groceries. You do. At first, this might feel like a scam. Wait, I have to pay for the cart, bring my own bags, and do the bagging myself? But once you get used to it, you realize it's kind of brilliant, because by shifting that one step to the customer, Aldi keeps the line moving at breakneck speed. There's a separate bagging counter after checkout, where you can take your time and organize your stuff. But while you're doing that, the cashier is already scanning someone else's entire weekly grocery haul in under 90 seconds. A 2018 retail efficiency study found that Aldi's checkout process is up to 40% faster than the national average. That means fewer employees needed, shorter lines, and, you guessed it, lower prices. Efficiency at every level. And Aldi doesn't stop there. Let's talk about those mysterious brands again. You see a bag of chips labeled Clancy's, a tub of yogurt from Friendly Farms, a cereal box stamped Millville. Sounds like something out of a Hallmark movie, right? Like off-brand products in a fictional small-town grocery store. But here's the kicker. Those aren't cheap knockoffs. They're Aldi's private labels, and they're designed that way on purpose. Instead of paying for brand licensing, flashy marketing, and primetime commercials, Aldi creates its own brand names and works directly with producers to make high-quality products at a fraction of the cost. No ad campaigns, no celebrity endorsements, just a smart supply chain and tight quality control. And it's working. A recent survey showed that 88% of Aldi shoppers rated the store's private label products as excellent or very good. That's higher than many name brand equivalents. And here's the wildest part. Many of these Aldi products are the name brands, or at least made in the same factories, just in different packaging. It's like going to a restaurant, ordering the house wine, and later realizing it was a $50 bottle with a different label. You enjoyed it. You just didn't overpay for it. So if you're still one of those people who skips Aldi because it doesn't have brands I know, congrats. You're paying more for the same ingredients with a different font. But Aldi doesn't just stop at private label staples. In recent years, they've expanded into premium territory. Organic produce, vegan products, cold-pressed juices, specialty cheeses that sound like something you'd find on a charcuterie board in a Napa Valley Airbnb. Their Simply Nature line has over 200 organic products. Earth Grown is their plant-based line. And Specially Selected offers gourmet-level foods that make Trader Joe's look overpriced. How do they pull it off? By being selective. They don't try to carry every organic version of every item. They pick the most popular and go deep on those. That means better deals, fresher stock, and products that actually sell. Even their grass-fed beef costs 30% less than other grocery stores. No hormones, no antibiotics, and no upcharge just for putting the word clean on the label. And let's talk commitment. Aldi was one of the first major grocery chains to remove artificial colors, MSG, and hydrogenated oils from all their private label products, years before some competitors even thought about it. That's not trendy. That's just smart retail. Let's talk about the most dangerous aisle in Aldi. And no, it's not where they keep the wine. We'll get there. We're talking about the one place in the store where budgets go to die, lists get forgotten, and self-control? That left the parking lot 10 minutes ago. It's called the Aldi Finds aisle, and it's not just a shelf, it's a strategy. This middle section of the store is where Aldi turns your routine grocery trip into a full-blown treasure hunt. One week, it's patio furniture. The next, it's air fryers, yoga mats, camping gear, or Halloween inflatables the size of your car. You came for eggs. But somehow, you're leaving with a kayak, a pressure washer, and a full tool set. And here's the kicker. It's all limited time. Once it's gone, it's gone. New finds drop every Wednesday, and smart shoppers know that's the day to go. This isn't random. It's retail psychology at work. By constantly rotating high-demand, non-grocery items at steep discounts, Aldi triggers what's called fear of missing out. You're not just buying something, you're securing a rare find, one that'll be gone by next week, maybe even tomorrow. That creates urgency, excitement, and it keeps people coming back more often just to check. According to a 2021 retail study, this treasure hunt strategy boosts repeat visits by 26%. That's huge. And it works because the prices are legit. Most Aldi finds are 40 to 60% cheaper than comparable products elsewhere. Not knockoffs. Real quality goods just sold under Aldi's house brands or in bulk buys that cut the cost. And here's the secret sauce. Aldi orders just enough of each product to sell out in a week. That means no storage costs, no markdown bins, and no warehouse overhead. Just clean shelves and a constant feeling of, I should have grabbed that when I saw it. It's not an accident. It's a system. Now, let's zoom out for a second. Ever walk into Aldi and think, why does this place feel like it was decorated by a forklift? Because it was. And that's the point. Aldi's store design is all about efficiency, not ambiance. No mood lighting, no polished wood floors, no themed end caps with fake fruit and tiny chalkboard signs. Just products. In boxes, on metal shelves. Products often sit right in the cut open shipping boxes they arrived in. That's called cut case shelving, and it cuts restocking time by up to 60%. No unboxing, no arranging, just drop the case, slice it open, and it's ready to go. Most stores have 5 or 6 parallel aisles. That's it. No maze, no confusion. You can be in and out in under 20 minutes. And that's by design. Even the shelf height is optimized. Everything is at eye level or lower, so employees don't need ladders or special tools to restock. Fewer injuries, faster work, less payroll. The price tags? Paper, not digital, because digital tags cost more to install and maintain, and Aldi's limited inventory makes paper totally manageable. This warehouse aesthetic isn't laziness, it's logistics. Every decision is made with one question in mind. Does this lower the price for the customer? And that brings us to one of Aldi's most surprising strengths. And no, it's still not the chocolate. We're talking booze. Walk past those budget brand wines and beers, and you'll find something unexpected. Bottles that have won international awards. Seriously, their Winking Owl brand, you've probably seen it. It's about $3 a bottle, and it has a legit fan base. But if you dig deeper, you'll find the quarter-cut bourbon barrel aged Cabernet, winner of double gold at the San Francisco International Wine Competition. It beat out bottles that cost 5 times more. This isn't your cousin's boxed wine. Aldi works directly with vineyards, skips the marketing costs, and sells under their own labels. No middlemen, no shelf inflation, just quietly impressive wine at prices that feel like typos. Same goes for their beer. Their brews have racked up awards too, and it's all curated by a literal master of wine, Sam Caporn, who helps Aldi select and source like a pro. That's why they sold over 35 million bottles of wine in North America last year. Because Aldi doesn't just sell food, they sell the feeling of discovering a steal, of being in on a secret, of beating the system. Let's bring it home. Because if you've ever wondered why Aldi feels like it was built in another country, you're not wrong. Aldi isn't just influenced by Europe. It is Europe. Founded in post-war Germany by 2 brothers, Aldi's DNA is rooted in survival, resourcefulness, and zero tolerance for nonsense. Their philosophy is simple. Buy what works, skip what doesn't, and pass the savings to the customer. And it shows in every inch of their store. The size? Compact. Most Aldi locations are a third the size of typical American supermarkets. Why? Because Europeans shop small, smart, and often. Less waste, fresh food, no mile-long aisles filled with 14 types of mustard and mood lighting. Even their portion sizes reflect this mindset. Smaller packages, fewer leftovers, and more frequent trips. A 2020 study found European households waste 30% less food than Americans, and Aldi's layout encourages that same behavior. It's like grocery shopping designed by someone who actually reads food expiration dates. And the products? Straight out of a European pantry. You'll find authentic German pretzels, Irish butter, real Belgian chocolate, and French cheeses that don't belong in a plastic tub. Seasonal favorites like German Christmas Stollen and European Advent calendars. Cult classics that sell out fast. Even Aldi's approach to sustainability reflects stricter European standards. Their packaging is simpler, their recycling systems tighter, and their environmental footprint smaller than most competitors. Not because it's trendy, but because that's just how they've always done it. But here's where things get really clever. Aldi has taken all this European efficiency and optimized it for the American shopper. They didn't just copy-paste the model, they adapted it. That's why your cart, yes, even the one you rented for a quarter, feels smoother, sturdier, and somehow more functional than the ones at stores that charge twice the price for lettuce. Everything they do is designed for speed, savings, and sense. No loyalty cards, no BOGO tricks, no rewards programs that make you do math. Just prices that are low, every day. No coupons required. They trust that if the quality's good and the shopping is fast, you'll come back. And clearly, it's working. Aldi is now one of the fastest growing grocery chains in the US, and their customer loyalty is off the charts. Why? Because Aldi doesn't pretend. It doesn't lure you in with fake deals or shiny distractions. It doesn't waste your time. It gives you what you need, skips what you don't, and lets you get on with your life. And in a world where grocery shopping can feel like a trap, that kind of honesty, it's rare. It's refreshing. It's kind of revolutionary. So, is Aldi perfect? Of course not. But if you care about saving money without sacrificing quality, and you're tired of stores that sell hype more than food, Aldi just might be your new favorite place. And now that you know the tricks, the secrets, and the systems behind it all, you're not just a shopper, you're a strategist. So tell us, what's your favorite Aldi find? Have you ever fallen victim to the middle aisle madness? Or scored a bottle of wine that made your guests think you splurged? Drop it in the comments. Let's compare notes. And if this video saved you time, money, or made you look at that quarter slot a little differently, do us a favor, smash that like button. Subscribe to Frugal Pro for weekly deep dives into the stores, strategies, and secrets behind smart shopping. And share this with someone who still thinks name brands are the only way to go. And before you click away, hold up. Because now that you know how Aldi wins your wallet, it's time to see what everyone's rushing there to buy. These are Aldi's 9 hottest 2025 foods everyone's talking about. Viral favorites, sellout snacks, and the kind of finds that make you say, wait, that's from Aldi? Let's get one thing straight. Aldi isn't playing around in 2025. They're not just stocking shelves, they're starting food riots. Forget standing in line for concert tickets. People are literally driving to 3, 4, even 5 locations just to find these items before they vanish into the frozen mist again. And if you blink, gone, like a $20 bill at a gas station. Because this isn't about hype, this is about grocery aisle legends. The kind of stuff that makes grown adults fight over the last box like it's Black Friday at a TV sale. So today, we're digging into the 9 Aldi products people are hoarding in 2025. The snacks, meals, and mind-blowing freezer finds that are vanishing faster than your paycheck after rent. Let's kick things off with the one that burned the internet down, literally. Number 1. Kirkwood Nashville Hot Chicken Wings. $8.99 of pure fire. These wings dropped on March 5th, and Aldi shoppers lost their minds. You know how most wings are drowning in sticky sauce like they took a dive into a vat of buffalo-flavored syrup? Not these. These wings came in with swagger, dry rub style. That means no mess, no napkins stuck to your fingers, no looking like you just wrestled a bottle of Tabasco in the dark. What you get instead is a crisp, flavor-layered heat wave that builds like a Nashville summer storm. Start slow, then suddenly you're reaching for milk while pretending you're fine. But you're not. You're hooked. Social media exploded. TikTok air fryer demos turned into wing thirst traps, with golden skin snapping louder than the comments section. And then came the side-by-side comparisons. People were putting these up next to wings from Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, and other chains charging $20 plus for a six-piece. The verdict? I can't tell the difference, which probably hurt some restaurant chefs deep in their soul. Here's the math. Takeout wings with fees, $18 to $25, Aldi Nashville hot wings, $8.99 for 22 ounces. That's enough savings to buy milk, bread, and still afford to sweat through your dinner like a champ. And the best part? 20 minutes in the oven or air fryer. No cleanup, no prep, no dipping sauces to distract from the glorious smoky heat of paprika, garlic powder, and cayenne pepper coming together like a backyard BBQ with bad intentions. They sold out everywhere. Some locations put up limits, 1 or 2 bags per customer, because people were leaving with 10 at a time, looking like they were stocking a sports bar apocalypse. But just when you thought Aldi couldn't top spicy chicken, they nuked the snack aisle from orbit. Number 2. Clancy's Cuban Sandwich Kettle Chips, $1.95 for a flavor bomb. Here's a question no one asked, but Aldi answered anyway. What if a Cuban sandwich became a potato chip? The answer? Utter chaos. In the best way possible. Launched March 12th for just $1.95. These things broke all the rules of chip logic. While other brands are out here still playing it safe with plain, barbecue, or sour cream like it's 1997, Aldi went full Miami Deli mode. Each chip delivers the full sandwich experience. Smoky pork, sharp mustard, briny pickle, all in one crunchy, kettle-fried bite. You bite in, and suddenly, it's like your mouth's on a Cuban vacation without needing a passport or PTO. The flavor shouldn't work. It should be weird. But somehow, it slaps, hard, and let's talk crunch. These aren't your average airy chips that collapse under a sneeze. These are serious chips, the kind that make noise. Kettle cooked with enough jaw resistance to remind you you're alive. You're not snacking. You're training for the Flavor Olympics. Fan groups lost it. People posted photos of empty shelves with captions like Cuban Chip Crisis 2025. Some started hoarding them like canned goods during hurricane season. And you can't blame them. They taste like the future of snacks. Best part? They cost less than $2. Meanwhile, name brand chips are charging $4.79 for air and disappointment. So next time you pass the Aldi chip aisle, remember, this isn't just a snack, it's a sandwich in stealth mode. Number 3. Season's Choice. Tempura zucchini fries. $3.49 of vegetable witchcraft. Let's be real. Zucchini's not exactly a crowd favorite. It's the vegetable kids hide under napkins, the edible wallpaper of side dishes, the sad green thing that pretends to be pasta once a year. But then Aldi said, what if we made zucchini awesome? And somehow they did. Drop March 12th for just $3.49. These fries take zucchini and wrap it in a light, crispy tempura batter, cut it into perfect fry shapes, and suddenly the most boring vegetable in the world is the life of the party. This isn't one of those fake healthy snacks that tastes like guilt. These fries have crunch, flavor, texture, and actual satisfaction. They don't try to hide the fact that they're zucchini. They celebrate it. Like vegetables finally said, we want to be loved too. Throw them in the air fryer, and 12 to 15 minutes later, you've got crispy golden batons of vegetable redemption. Kids who wouldn't touch a salad now ask for seconds. Yes, zucchini seconds. In this economy, that's basically a miracle. They feed a family of 4 for under $4, deliver fiber and vitamins potato fries don't even pretend to offer, and leave you wondering, why am I suddenly obsessed with zucchini? Because Aldi didn't just make them healthy, they made them fun. Number 4. Mama Kazi's Pulled Pork Mac and Cheese Flatbread, $5.99 for total food chaos. Let's get one thing clear. This is not dinner. This is a culinary power move. Because somewhere deep in the frozen aisle, Aldi asked the question, what if we took the three greatest comfort foods in America, mac and cheese, pulled pork, and crispy flatbread, and smashed them into one unholy masterpiece? And then they did it. And it worked too well. Dropped April 2nd at just $5.99. Mama Kazi's flatbread isn't some half-baked frozen experiment. It's a cheese-drenched, pork-loaded, oven-baked victory lap. The kind of food that says, I care about flavor, not about fitting into my jeans. Let's break this thing down. Creamy mac and cheese, gooey, rich, and criminally indulgent smoky pulled pork, tender and seasoned like a backyard BBQ crispy flatbread base, holds it all together like the crust of the gods. It shouldn't work. But it does. Like magic and cholesterol shook hands and made a pact. Throw it in the oven and 15 minutes later, boom, dinner's done. No chopping, no tears, no begging your kids to eat something green. And let's talk price. This thing feeds 2 adults easily, maybe 4 if you're pretending to be civilized. And it costs half what you'd spend on a disappointing takeout pizza that arrives cold, floppy, and confused about its identity. Even food media noticed. Eating Well and Simply Recipes listed it as a must-try for April, and they're not known for hyping junk. This isn't junk. It's convenient decadence wrapped in a budget-friendly box. But the real brilliance? It ends the dinner argument. No more, I want mac and cheese. No, I want pizza. No, I want BBQ. This thing just whispers, shut up, I got you. And suddenly everyone's quiet, because their mouths are full. Number 5. Savor It's Chickpea Crackers, $2.99 for crunch with a purpose. Let's talk about the snack aisle for a second, because it's full of liars. So many so-called healthy snacks taste like cardboard with a marketing degree. Gluten-free? Sure, but flavor-free too. That's where Savor It's Chickpea Crackers crash the party. Dropped in January for just $2.99, these little squares of crunchy defiance didn't just improve the cracker aisle, they overthrew it. Made from real chickpeas, yes, the same ancient legume your grandma made hummus with, these crackers are nutty and rich, packed with fiber and protein, and sturdy enough to carry actual toppings without folding like a paper plate in a rainstorm. We're talking 6 grams of protein per serving versus 2 grams in basic wheat crackers. That's not snacking, that's fueling. And the crunch? It's got presence. No flaky collapse, no chews like dry toast. This is a confident cracker, one that can survive a lunchbox, a road trip, or a toddler's wrath. Parents love them. Office workers love them. People who've been betrayed by sad, healthy snacks love them. Because for once, the health aisle gave us something that doesn't taste like regret. And the versatility? Off the charts. They pair with cheese hummus, peanut butter ranch dip, or just your hand on the second bag after realizing you accidentally finished the first. Other brands charge $6.49 for crackers that crumble into sawdust. Aldi charges $2.99 for crackers that hold up like a brick wall. This is not a compromise. This is a better cracker, period. Number 6. Fremont Fish Market Shrimp Skillet and Boom Boom Shrimp. Seafood without the sketchiness. Let's be honest. Frozen shrimp is usually one step away from regret. It smells like it's been plotting revenge ever since it left the ocean and tastes like rubber wearing a disguise. But then Aldi said, let's fix that. And somehow, they did. Dropped in January for under $7, the Fremont Fish Market Shrimp Skillet and Boom Boom Shrimp turned the frozen seafood aisle into a victory parade. First up, the shrimp skillet. Tender shrimp, perfectly cooked vegetables, and a sauce that actually has personality. This isn't one of those mystery mixes where everything tastes like freezer burn and disappointment. Nope. This one comes out of the skillet like it's ready to be served at a coastal bistro. Except instead of $24.95, it's $6.99 and doesn't ask for a tip. 12 minutes, no prep, no thawing, no regrets. And then, boom, boom, shrimp. They weren't joking with that name. These things hit. Crispy breaded shrimp that stay crunchy even after you sauce them up, wrapped in a glaze that walks the perfect line between sweet and heat. It's like General Tso and Cajun shrimp had a baby and let it major in flavor. Even air fryer nerds couldn't believe it. Still crispy, still juicy, still amazing the second time around. And get this, the nutrition profile? Not awful. You're getting lean protein, actual vegetables in the skillet, and sodium levels that don't qualify as a medical emergency. Busy parents started buying these in packs, realizing they could serve seafood that looked restaurant ready without needing to hire a chef or wear pants. Instagram blew up with before and after shots. Sad frozen box, gorgeous plated meal with garnish and lighting like it's auditioning for a Food Network show. Aldi didn't just make shrimp better, they made you better. For not ordering $60 worth of delivery that tastes worse and takes longer. Number 7. Simply Nature Chickpea and Lentil Rice Bowls. $2.99 for plant-based power. Let's be honest. Most frozen, healthy meals taste like someone boiled sadness and sprinkled it with kale-flavored regret. But not this time. Aldi's legume rice bowls, launched in January under the Simply Nature label, flipped the entire script. For just $2.99, you're getting a microwavable meal that doesn't taste like a punishment from the nutrition gods. These bowls are packed with 12 grams of plant protein, built on a base of chickpeas and lentils, seasoned like someone actually had taste buds, and, most importantly, filling. That's right. No more, I ate healthy, but now I'm hungry again in 30 minutes nonsense. These bowls actually stick with you, like a good friend who brings snacks and doesn't ghost you after. Microwave it for 3 minutes. Done. No prep, no chopping, no passive-aggressive quinoa stares from across the office. And the texture? Not mush, not baby food. You get real vegetables, roasted, bright, bold, not the sad beige, overcooked blobs you usually find in a wellness bowl. This is what happens when someone finally remembered that eating healthy doesn't mean hating food. And if you think it's just for vegans, think again. These bowls are protein-packed, flavor-loaded power meals for anyone who wants to eat smart without cooking like a monk in a cave. Number 8. Season's Choice Eggplant Fries. $4.99 for crispy purple redemption. Eggplant. Let's not pretend it's anyone's favorite vegetable. Most people know it as that weird purple sponge that soaks up oil and turns into mush faster than a bad date. But then Aldi got involved, and suddenly, eggplant got a glow-up. For $4.99, you get a bag of Season's Choice eggplant fries. Crispy, golden, and absolutely addictive. These things are cut like classic fries, lightly seasoned, and somehow, miraculously, they stay crispy. Yes, even in the air fryer. Yes, even without extra oil. Yes, even after sitting out while you answer that one email that turned into 30. And the flavor? Mild, versatile, friendly. They play well with everything. Marinara, ranch, garlic aioli, tahini, even just ketchup. They're not trying to be the star. They're the supporting actor that steals the show. And if you're counting carbs, calories, or just trying not to feel like a baked potato after dinner, these fries got you. Eggplant equals lower carbs, plus actual nutrients, plus fewer regrets. They feed a family of 4 for under $5. and you feel like you just pulled off a restaurant-quality appetizer without lifting more than a finger and a tray. Aldi basically took the most ignored vegetable in the aisle and made it the prom queen of freezer fries. And yes, they sell out fast. Because apparently, when eggplant stops being soggy, people lose their minds. Number 9. Specially selected salmon Wellington, $12, fine dining without the pretension. Now, let's finish big. The words salmon Wellington usually mean fancy restaurant, French menu, a waiter who silently judges your wine order, and a check that hits harder than the entree. But not at Aldi, because in April, for just $12, Aldi dropped their specially selected salmon Wellington, and it straight up shattered expectations. We're talking flaky puff pastry, perfectly cooked salmon fillet, herbs and seasonings that make you want to high-five your oven. The pastry stays crispy, the salmon cooks evenly, and the result looks like something you paid $40 for and nervously tipped 25% because you weren't sure what sous vide meant. Even better, you control everything. No mystery chef, no wait time, no tiny carrots arranged like a food sculpture. Just 45 minutes in your oven, no degree in French required. This dish takes all the intimidation out of fine dining and leaves you with the only part that matters, the taste. And here's the kicker. No one expects it to be from Aldi. This is the dinner you serve when you want to impress someone without spending your entire Friday night budget. One bite and you're like, wait, this came from the same place I bought frozen green beans and cat litter? Yes. Welcome to Aldi's final form. These 9 products aren't just grocery items. They're proof that Aldi cracked the code in 2025. Big flavor, low prices, zero compromises. While other chains are out here charging $25 for sad salads and overcooked shrimp, Aldi's delivering crispy wings, Cuban chips, gourmet seafood, and plant-based meals, all while keeping your bank account alive. And if this video just saved you from wasting money, eating garbage, or falling for overpriced hype, do us a favor, smash that like button. Subscribe for brutally honest grocery breakdowns. Ring that bell so you never miss a deal worth fighting for. This is Frugal Pro. We test what's hot, trash what's not, and eat smart so your wallet doesn't suffer. See you in the next one.